Hi. So anyways, I just got finished posting up that information. Again, my name is Tiffany Loyan, Eagle Wings Mitchell, federally documented, and nationally archived. But I am Tiffany Loyan Mitchell, born on Fort Knox, Kentucky, raised in Radcliffe for a little while, went to St. Christopher's Catholic church school and church, because I'm Catholic, not Baptist. I did go to Parkway Elementary School for the first grade, but they didn't teach me how to read, so I failed as to why I ended up going to a private school, which is St. Christopher's. Then from there, I want to say about somewhere around the third, fourth grade, I want to say more like fourth or fifth grade, moved to Chicago, Illinois. Went to St. Alice Bernard School, elementary school that is, off of, I want to say it was between 103rd and 104th South Prospect, but I don't remember the cross street. It was like a T-zone type street, because we lived off of Prospect, and Prospect was the top cross street, but there was no way for them to go forward. It's either make a right or left. I lived there for a few years with my Auntie Linda and Uncle Clarence and my cousins Salona and Sabora, along with my mother, Isadora. Then we moved to, I think it's Addington and Bloomington, something like that. Either way it goes, the school that I went to was, Indian Trails or something like that. I think it was a Mustang they had for a mascot, or Indian head, something. I know they had some Indian pictures up there. And let's see, I lived in the apartment complex, which was called Indian Trails. So that's what we've been getting. Then from there, 1987, my mom gets married in March 21st, 2009, or excuse me, March 21st, 1987. From there, we go to Germany like in August, September timeframe, and then stay there till, I believe it was 1990, 1991, somewhere around there. I came back at the end of my 9th grade year. It was like April time frame or so. I came back from Germany. Went to North Hardin High School. Oh, in between that time though, I went to Hanau High School. They didn't have a middle school, so 7th grade and up was considered high school. Okay. Then, like I said, returned back to the United States from Germany. Went to North Hardin High School from pretty much 90 to 93. Well, 91 to 93, because I think it already had the turn of the year by then. During that time we got back, I think it was like a 3-4 month period. When we got back from Germany, my grandma lived on Rhonda Court, 883 Rhonda Court. So we stayed over there for a few months while my mom and dad got their house built off of 103 Tulip Court, which is what Jeezy wants to call out, 103 TM, which is 103 Tiffany Mitchell. Tulip Court. I'm not there for you. Sorry. You ain't paying me no money. So, anyways. That's pretty much what happened. They had that house built. I graduated from high school. Oh, a couple of incidents happened while we lived in that house. One, Sarah Beverly came over to my house arguing about Jarrett Ballard because she wanted to fight because Tamika was her best friend. And Tamika was dating Jarrett before me and Jarrett were dating. But what they didn't understand was I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So I told him, I was like, well, if you're going to try and talk to me, then you need to break up with her because I'm not trying to mess with you while you're dating her. I'm not trying to be bothered with you at all. And I really didn't think he was going to break up with her. I thought he was going to be like, no, okay, whatever. Well, he broke up with her, and so a week later, me and him started dating. she got mad. So we started going out and calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend. By 3 months, I didn't want him. He was beating on me. You know? So I'm like, all of that arguing, cussing, and fussing, I was having to fight him back. All of that stuff was going on. So they thought that was fun. Woohoo! No, it's not fun. So that's why Sarah got her ass whooped that day at school when I did fight her. She was a band member. I was a basketball player. She came to my house and they didn't understand my upbringing, my growing up. My grandma's Filipino. She's an Oriental woman. I used to get my ass whooped at least 3-4 times a day. And not by belts, not by her, with switches. Tree switches. Little thin ones. Them shits hurt worse than belts. It gives you a totally different kind of pain. And leaves marks. So, my mom was home when Sarah came over there. I didn't know how to react to that. I was pissed off. But I was thinking, Mom's upstairs. I'm about to get my ass whooped if I start fighting this girl. I am not getting my ass whooped by my mama for trying to protect myself. You came to my house. So I was like, I didn't really know what to say. I shut the door after she called me a bitch and did her little talking. It's like, whatever. My mom yelled at me talking about, why ain't you whoop her ass? I'm like, I didn't know I was allowed to. For real. I didn't know I was allowed to, as much as y'all whooping ass. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I don't want my kids going through that. Because everybody's trying to whoop my ass. There's only one answer left. And I'm supposed to be a good child for you all. Then my husband. Let's start to that. I married someone that used to make me laugh. But let's talk about before we got married. Before we got married, he made me laugh. But you know, the funny thing was, I really didn't want him. I just thought, you know, it's funny. Ah. But he kept saying, you know you want me, you know you want me, you know you want me. And I was like, really, no, I don't. Yeah, I really don't. I really wasn't interested in him because he was like a pop-up blocker, just like, ding, 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 ding. And so it kept getting my attention, and I was just like, okay, he's kind of funny, so I think I'll give him a chance. By the third week we were dating, he asked me to marry him. I was kind of confused, but I was kind of like, I don't know. Like, dang, I got asked to be married again. So I was like, okay. We'll take our time, because it's an engagement process. And knowing that both of us had 2 different MOSs, or 2 different job skill trainings for people that don't know what MOS means. I said, okay, I'm going to go take my time, do what I do. Now, you know, he was cheating after the fact that I got my ring, so I'm not mad that I got pregnant by somebody else while I was engaged. So you can call me what you want to, but I don't care. Because my babies both got, my oldest 2 babies got my husband's name, last name that is. I know they probably, my oldest daughter probably doesn't care to carry his name, but she got the right to change it at any time. But he also had a son too. So you cannot get mad at me because I did the same thing my husband did. The only thing was he was there with my child. That's the difference. So y'all can get mad at me and call me a Jezebel or whatever else, loose booty, I don't care. Because y'all forget, whatever you say about me is what you all are too. Remember that when you try to judge somebody else. Or as you all like to call me, nobody. So anyways, That's how Richard Lucas gets into the picture with my oldest daughter, which would be the family ties to Dr. Patterson, to Willie Carpenter, and to Tyler Perry. That's where those family ties come from. That's the military line for that. Okay, now since everybody's so concerned about how to get to, like, what's his name? I don't even want to say his first name. But Gordon. He worked at Fort Eustis. He's related to Jay-Z. I don't care for him because he busted me on my lip. He got mad because I was taking my rice cooker out the apartment. You want to know why? Because I caught him cheating with one of my coworkers. And then on top of that, realistically, in the military, to me, if you put abs ultimate together, the word abs and ultimate, and cram them together and start looking at it and breaking it down, it says abs slut I mate. So yeah, anybody that got abs is just a slut anyways, so that's why I mate and have kids. Those would be your Republicans, and the ones that are fat and sit at home, those are your Democrats. But every now and then they feel like they want to be a Republican. People don't understand the politics. Now, I just want to stay skinny for myself, but not starve. I still want to be able to eat. So that's why they can't tell the difference. Because I'm like in that medium position right now. No. So, let's see. The beaten trail, the abusive trail. There are some, like Eddie Jones. He is pretty much a perfect gentleman. The only thing is he asked me to marry him, but guess what? He never gave me a ring. His shoe fetish, though, was with, what's her name? Yolanda? I think that's what she called herself. The girl that bought the dress and the wig from me. So that's when I seen him the last. And he kind of looked sad. I guess he thought since I was not smart enough, not in a better hearing sense, that that was a good act. I don't care. All of those acts can go straight back where they came from. Right up there. Woohoo. Yeah. So anyways. Darrell, my husband, or excuse me, because all four of them, Richard Lucas, or as some people like to call him, Ricky, is my first one. Darrell Sumler, Daryl Sumler, which is my husband by the state, is my second husband. John Thomas Burrell is my third husband. And the other one, the dual personality person, Tyson Kennard, or Tyson Ellis Kennard is what he says his name is. I'm not even doing the research on that. That was not my research and studies. Mine was on the economy. I should not have to go and investigate that. I should not have to run and chase you all around. So the 7 churches thing flew out the window a long time ago because it didn't pertain to the Pettigrew family and the Mitchell family. You all tried to do something totally different that had nothing to do with you all, just because you all wanted a part in it. That's where it's coming from. So the extended family members from like my stepdad's side wanted to jump in some mess. And y'all are so see-through, like what's her name? Bass, Fishtail, what's her name? Starts starts with an M. Is it Lady something? No. I don't listen to her that often. She got the big butt, pink hair and stuff. Looks like Cruella de Vil sometimes. No, Nicki Minaj. Wow, what was my point again? I forgot. Damn, I was busy trying to think about that. That's what. Oh yeah, I was saying that song she has where it says, "How do they see through me?" or something like that. It's true. People do have visions. It's called all-seeing eye, though, when you look at it in masonry work. So she's just a part of somebody else's eyes, just like somebody is a part of mine. So yeah, the scenes of my daughter running through the house before my mom actually got her house remodeled, with her doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing in the kitchen in the first damn place, or anywhere for that matter. And we're not saying it's a movie. These are just real visions, the truth that they don't want to speak on because they're scared, because it's just manipulation by the men or boys that they tried to raise as men that didn't even do anything to try and help them out, better their careers. Want to keep them low and broken poor just so they can run numbers. And Medea popping up in my head last night. Like Wendy Williams, she got friends in her head. He can keep that. Because I don't talk to men in dresses. But I have to say it's straight up real. So you wear a suit and talk to me for real. There are people out in the world that have a higher sense of knowing. And for those people that they call dumb, you either won't be blessed with it or you'll be blessed with it later on in life. And what they mean by dumb is you don't have inner visions, which are clarity. That's what they call it, clarity. And better hearing sense, where you think it's Jiminy the Cricket, but it's really just somebody else you can talk to. And you could be standing right next to them or at a distance because you can hear them. You can hear their thoughts, that you don't have to open your mouth. Or as people like to call it, what, telekinesis or something like that. Or some people call it psychics. But they want to call those people that have a special sense of hearing psychotic, schizophrenic, crazy. Because those are probably the dumb motherfuckers. And what we mean by dumb is because they don't have that sense of power. And that's why you all wonder why people run around here like zombies or stuff. They're slaves of their mind. You want to know why? Because they got too many dumb motherfuckers that they're trying to work because they were worried about them trying to do something. Because they didn't want anybody to know what they were thinking. So they were just praying and hoping for the best and trying to push out the worst. Instead of keeping the people that had a better sense of hearing and knowledge in the offices. But then again, when you got a person that can't hear in the first place and they're running around wanting to play acts and do stupid stuff, that's how they lose the knowledge. Because those acts, the Bible says, what was it? The commandments, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not sin with thy neighbor's wife, all that stuff. Everybody knows. Now you want to cover your butts? Next thing is look at the path to your houses. Like my mom's address is 1325. So every 13th chapter, 25th verse are read in the Bible. Hers house leads to leprosy, hell and damnation. And also What else? Something about the son forgives the father for the things that he's done. That's how you figure out the code to the Bible. Too easy. There's your Bible class.